Hey collegiate families, Coach Peoples here. I am here bringing you the dynamic warm-up we want your athletes to perform this fall. We have made is a very similar one what you've done in the past, just made some very small changes, modified a few things to keep your athletes more stationary and maintaining social distance. Okay, so the first thing we want you doing is your mini band series. So have your athletes have your mini bands, step in the mini band. And now that mini band is around my ankles, okay? First thing I want is 10 jumping jacks followed by 10 jumping jills. All right, 10 jumping jacks, 10 jumping jills. Good. Next thing, we're gonna do tall walks, okay? Keeping the band around my ankles. We have changed that this year for the fall. We want to take 2 steps forward and 2 steps backward. So the band, my feet are hip width apart, okay? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you're watching from the side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We want your athletes performing tall walks forward and backward 3 times. They're going to keep the band where they are, and then they're going to move on to tall lateral walks, and you're going to go over and back 3 times. Okay, so if you watch me, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, doing that 3 times. From there, you're going to move the band up just below your knee. Keep that tension in the band. Your feet are about shoulder width apart, toes are slightly out. I'm going to do 10 squats. The band is trying to pull my knees in. I'm forcing and exaggerating my knees out, trying to get those hips nice and activated, okay? From there, keep the band where it is. I'm gonna get in an athletic position we call monster position. So bend my knees and hips. I'm gonna take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. 1, 2, 1, 2. Watch me from the side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Those are forward and backward monster walks. Perform that 3 times. From there, I'm gonna do low lateral, which again, athletic position, bend those knees and hips. I'm gonna go over twice, 1, 2, back to the right twice. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. Have your athletes perform that 3 times. Keep the band where it is. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes are slightly out. We're gonna do 10 more squats. 1. Again, emphasizing knees out. And then the last one, put the band onto your toes so you're stepping on the band. And I'm going to perform a hip flexor, okay? So I'm going to pull the band and stretch the band, keeping my toe up. So if you're watching from the side, you're trying to control the band that's stretched. Control it up and down. 10 on your right, 10 on your left. When your athlete is done, you're gonna take the band off, set it just beside them, okay? Next, we're gonna move to our hip mobility series. First exercise, put your feet together. You're gonna hang down, touch your toes, stretching your hamstrings and your lower back. Good. Then you're gonna have your athletes walk out into a downward dog position. They're gonna have their hips high, legs are straight, and push their heels to the ground. From there, you're gonna move to a push-up position. You want your right foot next to your hand. Keep that foot flat on the ground. Your back leg is straight. Drop that elbow down in the instep. Rotate your right arm to the sky, to the ceiling. Switch arms. Straighten your front leg into a hamstring stretch. Your chest is over that knee. Then you're gonna drop to a knee. So now I'm in a lunge position. Shift my hip forward. Get a greater stretch with that arm overhead. And then the last stretch is a pigeon. Knee and ankle come across your body. You have your athlete sink down into it. Then you go back to a push-up position. You're gonna go left foot. You're gonna rotate your inside arm up. Switch arms. Go into a hamstring stretch. Drop to a knee, hip flexor, so I'm shifting that hip forward. Last one is pigeon. Knee and ankle come across your body. Sink down and back into it. From there, if you have time, we want you guys to perform a rollback sit through. So from here, what I'm looking for is for your athletes to roll onto their back, have their legs come over their head, and their toes are going to touch the ground. Make sure they ease into it. They're going to come back up, sit into a V, and reach, okay? Good. That is called a rollback sit through. Have your athletes perform 5 reps. The next one is called a Bretzel, okay, or a Bretzel. Some people refer to it as a Bretzel. You're gonna lay down on your back. Your knee is gonna come up and over across your body, and I'm gonna pull my opposite shoulder to the ground. All right, from there, come back up. Other knee comes up, over and across your body. Shoulder comes to the ground. Good. All right, after your Bretzel, you're gonna move to your 3-way lunges. All right, 3-way lunges, we perform a forward, a lateral, and a backwards lunge. Okay, so our 3 different 3-way lunges that we perform are a low reaching lunge, an overhead reaching lunge, and then a rotating lunge. Okay, you can perform one of those 3 during your dynamic warm-up. You can choose which one you want them to perform that day, have a little bit of variety in their warm-up. So here's your 3-way lunges. I'm gonna take a forward step. I'm gonna do low reaching lunges. Go down, touch that ankle, keep the chest up, nice flat back, push back to the middle. Go down, lateral lunge, touch that ankle, back up, and then a reverse lunge. I'm pulling the knee up and opening my hip, and I'm back up, touching my ankle. Okay, that is low reaching lunges. Have your athletes perform 2 or 3 reps at each different position. Overhead lunge looks like this. Big stretch overhead. Rotating lunge looks like this. Lunge and rotate. Okay? From there, we are going to move to our pillar series or your shoulder series. You can choose either one that you want to do, okay, for that day. Once again, trying to add a little bit of variety. Our athletes are still stationary at this point. For our pillar series, you're going to be doing a push-up position, and you're going to hold that. For a front plank, nice and tight stomach, tight hips. Move to a side plank on your elbow. Nice tight hips, tight stomach, body's in a straight line. Reverse plank, push to the heels, body's in a straight line. And once again, side plank on your other shoulder. Body's in a straight line, okay? So that is our pillar series. Front, side, reverse, and then the other side, okay? A progression is you can add a knee drive to it. So for an example, front plank, I can pull my knee to my elbow. If I'm on the side, pull that knee up, top knee to the chest, perform that bottom knee to the chest, reverse plank, knee to my chest, knee to my chest, okay? The other one you can do is a straight leg lift. All right, so here's a straight leg lift. Front plank, lift that leg up nice and straight. On a side plank position, looks like this. Bridge up, lifting that leg up, reverse plank, leg lift up, maintaining a good plank position, body's in a straight line, okay? That is our pillar series. You can either do a static hold, add a knee drive, or a straight leg lift. All right, for your shoulder series, it's gonna be a push-up. You have 3 choices. The first one is an alternating Superman push-up. The second one is a hot-footed lizard push-up. And the third one is a T push-up. So the first one, alternating Superman. If I do a push-up, so I'm doing opposite arm, opposite leg. Hot-footed lizard is your second choice. And then a T push-up is your third choice. Again, perform anywhere from 5 to 10 reps on each of those push-ups. The last part of our dynamic warm-up is what we call line hops, okay? Find a line anywhere, a crack, anywhere, it doesn't matter. You want your athlete, we're gonna go 2 feet together, forward and backward. Okay, 2 feet together, side to side. 1 foot, right foot, left foot, forward and backward. Left foot. Then we're gonna go right foot, left foot, side to side. Good. And all we're looking for those line hops is staying on the balls of your feet, being controlled, reacting quickly. We want them to get quality reps in, as many reps in as they can, in a matter of anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds on each one of them. Once you finish line hop, take your team, go into your practice, more of a sport-specific warm-up that's geared for your practice for that day. Thank you.